Sorry this is so stupid and boring and dumb.
It's Rossco Soletrain show, and I'ma do what I want because I'm free. So come on, mama, take a seat, cause we about ready to have a good time. You know you want to.
So I've been trying to make a toy mold for whatever kind of toy. I went to DesignerCon with a bunch of buddies, and I'll leave links to the videos below. And I picked up this figurine right here that I got from Sucklord. It's a miscast. It's missing an arm. It's kind of jacked up, never was finished. I have been trying to make a toy mold that I will then inject with vinyl or whatever, but I bought this stuff that was called Umu 30 and tried to do it. So why don't we check out how this came about.
Of his super brain is bounded by this secrecy.
Super brain, my super insane. Game to maintain, click, use this clean. Rebuilding it up mechanical, rocket you and tyrannical. To the rule, the lands from Pittsburgh to Istanbul. We crack the pole bomb, soon as we sold one. Put it on wheels in the same spot that he rolled from. So we sending him, swinging from the pendulum. He running in, fighting with the death, and he bringing him.
Well, man, that was pretty difficult and probably cringeworthy to watch. You're supposed to mix it to where there's no pink or blue swirls, and towards the end I was running low on stuff, so I kind of panicked there and started mixing fast and ended up with a bunch of pink and blue swirls. I think you're supposed to wear gloves when you do this. I didn't wear gloves, and now I got this stuff like stuck in my nails and like underneath and whatnot. When you're dumb like me, you just kind of wing it, and that's obviously not the right course of action here. I'm gonna read the directions now and just find out how long I have to wait to let this sit, and then we'll cut it open. I got an X-Acto knife so I can do that little cut that I read on YouTube or I watched on YouTube to do. Blech. But we'll find out if this is gonna work or not, and we'll have a replica of Mace Windu, hopefully, when this cures, and then I'll show you what you do with the next step after a while. Yeah! Now, you're not supposed to slide the knife all the way down to the bottom. You're only supposed to put it in a certain amount. You probably can't see this because it's down below the camera, but you're supposed to use a zigzag patterns to make sure that you can put the thing back together. And also, you don't want to go all the way down, because then the thing will fall apart and you'll have two halves, and you kind of want to keep this mold as intact as possible. I'm so bad at this. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, I could have taken notes and really like done a good job, but instead I like to mess up a bunch of times and try and see if I learn my lesson. I never do. But I think that this time it actually turned out, surprisingly enough. Now I guess this stuff is pretty resilient and it'll take back the shape, so you can kind of pull at it a little bit, but I'm just noticing that I have to cut down a little further and I'll be able to slide this Mace Windu figurine out. I cut him up a little bit, but that's okay. He's a Jedi, he'll bounce back. All right. Come on, Mace. Yeah, all right. He came out. And on the inside is Mace Windu. So now what I gotta do is I gotta just fill in these holes on the bottom with hot glue. Yeah, inside of here you can't really see, it's just gonna look like a hole, but I got a pretty good cast. This is not the way you're supposed to do this at all. You're not supposed to touch this stuff. The first time I did this was a huge failure, and I used this Charlie Brown figurine, but I got frazzled because I accidentally dropped one of the materials on the ground. It spilled everywhere. So I got totally freaked out, and then I forgot to like grease the mold. Thing just didn't come out. Totally ruined Charlie, ruined the whole thing. It just didn't work at all. Let's take this into my studio thingy and finish it in there so that way I can get some ventilation going so I don't get all loopy and crazed from the fumes. Yeah! Alright, cool. So I'm out here because I needed some ventilation and I figured this would be a nice little well-ventilated little room, but I still want to have some kind of protection. So when you're making toys, you want to make sure you shield yourself from the toxic fumes with masks. And also, gloves. They recommend that you guys don't use latex because I guess that the casting resin sticks to latex quite a bit. I got these latex-free ones. I'm not sure if they're any good. Actually, they suck because my fingers just went right through it. They give you this like, it's like equal parts, but they give you like this other third cup to like mix both the things in, but this thing is like a puny little turd. So I just went and got like, you know, one of these cups. I guess it's supposed to, it's gonna heat up too. I heard like when you mix it, like the stuff like activates and starts heating. So let's get to mixing.
Bring to me. Looking for a line. The wisdom of his super brain is bounded by this secrecy.
Alright, so now that that is done, we let this sit for like 15 minutes and let it do its thing. One thing that I forgot to do was I forgot to spray some more PAM or some mold release or toy release inside the mold again, but I had so much coated in there to begin with, I hope that it should be okay. I mean, we'll find out. I don't know if you saw, but I was doing more of a high pour. They recommend that you do that because it'll decrease the amount of bubbles that you'll get inside the toy. This is all an experiment. There obviously is rules. I didn't play by any of them, and I've been suffering the consequences ever since. So let's find out if this thing even works when we pull the mold. Ugh. Okay, cool. So we let this do its thing, and now it's time to find out what happened. I think that we're going to have a toy, but we'll see. It'll be okay. And I'm looking now, and I think my optimism was a little premature because it squeaked out the sides. I should have put the top on better. Meaning the top, I mean like the top of the mold. I should have squenched this a little bit more because there's a nice ridge on either side. But I think I can break that off or something. Alright, now I just got to pull this sucker out. Maybe I should have used some mold release as well. Oh. So I got to be careful. Oh, I'm very excited. It actually worked. I didn't get his entire hand. I think it just was a gap that I didn't fill in. I forgot you're supposed to kind of shake it around and get the plaster to move all the way around. Yeah, I was able to totally get the shape of Mace Windu. Who knows, maybe I'll even put something, or maybe I'll hot glue some kind of like other thing. I have an albino Mace Windu. It's pretty rad. The best thing about this is that this is the beginning of a whole new thing where I can start making molds and branching out creative-wise. Even though I didn't do it 100% correct, I'm definitely happy with the result. I'm just excited for what's next. And I'll take a picture of it so you guys can see. And I'm going to close this out now. So always remember to be kind and rewind. And reach outside of your comfort zone from time to time and try to do and discover new things, because you never know what is going to stick and what's not going to stick. I don't know. All right, guys. Peace. Woo! go the extra step and paint him up. I got this head the other day. It's like a little skull. So I think I'm going to put that skull in his hand. Cool.
Sandwich Elliott.